Hi, this is Steve Rybrook from Ledgeview Partners, and this video is about the suggestive cell feature that we've added to our CRM for oil and gas. Our CRM for oil and gas product is powered by Microsoft Dynamics 365, so we built all this functionality on top of Dynamics 365 CRM. So before we actually jump into an explanation of suggestive cell and a demonstration, just going to give you a brief background of Ledgeview Partners. So Ledgeview Partners is a business and technology consulting partner. CRM is at the core of what we do, and it's supported by our sales consulting, customer service consulting, and marketing consulting services. Today, we are going to focus on the CRM for oil and gas industry, the CRM that we built for folks in your industry. So let's flip out of this PowerPoint and jump right into CRM. And before I do anything, I just want to even explain our concept of suggestive cell. So one of the things that we wanted CRM to do, because we have all this data, is to be able to use that data to suggest to you for a specific customer or an account what you might want to consider talking to them about to grow your business with that customer. So it's just a way to help you maybe get an idea of some potential opportunities that you have out there. So with that being said, I'm in CRM right now. I'm just going to do a quick global search to find a customer or an account. So I use this Fairview Manufacturing quite a bit. So I just did a global search. I'm just going to open up that account. And what I want to do is show you kind of the end result, and then we'll back into how we did this. So I'm looking at this customer. There's all kinds of cool stuff in CRM, right, that you probably watched maybe some of the other videos, all the functionality in our oil and gas. But today is just all about suggestive cell. So if I'm looking at an account, I can just hit this button, this suggestive cell button. So that's how much work is involved. Clicking a button. And what this is going to do is it's suggesting to me that I talk to this account possibly about additives or our automotive product line. So how does this work? What did it do? What it did is it looked at all of the product segments that the customer was buying. And by the way, a product segment is just a way to group your product. So you might have 15, 20, or 30 different types of greases. You might have, 100 different types of additives. You might have 20 products that are in your automotive line. So you just group them together. And then we analyze all the product segments the customer's buying, all the product segments they're not buying, and then we look at a little matrix that I'll show you in a minute that you have control of that kind of maps product segments to each other. So basically, if a customer buys this product segment, most customers who do that also buy this product segment. So now we have everything we need, right? We can look at what they're buying, what they're not buying, look at that matrix, and then I can come up and I can show you this, hey, here's what I think that they should be buying. So you could talk to them about additives or your automotive line, right? Just to kind of open up the conversation, maybe find out that there's an opportunity there and then create an opportunity and go for it. So let's talk a little bit about how we got there. So one of the things that you're going to want to define in the system is how much data do you want us or do you want the system to analyze when it's doing this analysis? And in this particular case, more is not necessarily better. So you might think, well, wow, analyze all the data. I might have like 3 years worth of data, analyze all of it. Well, what if a customer was buying, let's say, grease 2.5 years ago, but they haven't bought it since? They're probably really not buying grease from you. So most of our customers tell us to go back either 6, 9, or maybe 12 months and kind of take a look at things. And based on that data, give me some suggestions. So that's where that time period comes into play. Okay, let's go back and talk about this relationship. So to do that is just a one-time setup. You go into CRM, and we just kind of put that in the settings area because you typically only do that once. And there's an area to do this suggestive cell configuration. And I have obviously some set up already. And that's all it is a mapping of two product segments. So when you go to create a new record, you just basically enter two answers. So what I've done is I've said, if anybody's buying antifreeze, they typically buy stuff from our additive line, or if they buy antifreeze, they typically buy grease. And here's another antifreeze, they buy stuff in our heavy duty line. If somebody buys something from our automotive line, they buy grease. If somebody buys grease, they also, typically buy antifreeze, right? So you really have to map some of these both ways. So that's just like a one-time deal. Probably takes somebody, longer to kind of do the analysis on your product segments, but then just go in here and set this up and you're good to go. So it's typically a one-time setup, and usually one or two people in your organization just does this, right? You don't have a lot of people in here doing this, and then everybody can take advantage of that suggestive cell button. So let's go back just a little bit, back over to the sales area, and I could go into accounts. And instead of doing global search right now, I could go at my recently viewed. It's another way to get at Fairview Manufacturing. And let's just hit the button one more time, just to kind of summarize some things here. So we did this before, and it's recommending that I talk to them about additives or automotive. Well, what if every time I pull this up, it's going to keep showing me this until I get them to buy these. So I might not want to talk to them about this every single time. So we added kind of this snooze concept over here. So I probably, looks like, a few years ago, I probably talked to them about additives. And they really don't even sell additives. And so what I did is I said, don't even really bring this up until November of 2019. And then for their automotive line, it looked like they were under some type of contract. So I don't want to even bring that up until July of 2020. So here I've hit the suggestive cell, but now I know, look, probably don't want to take any action on this. I've used this feature already, and I have everything I need, so I really don't need to bother. So I could just cancel out of this. If it was the first time you're seeing this, all these were blank, maybe you had a discussion with the customer and you could fill some of this in, or maybe you don't have to fill in anything because you want to just keep bringing it up. There wasn't anything to kind of snooze it, so to speak. So that's pretty much it about suggestive cell. It's pretty simple, not a lot of work, and very, very powerful. So we just wanted to point that feature out to you. I'm just going to flip over to the PowerPoint and just do a little wrap up here. Just to let you know that Jean is your contact here over at Ledgeview. She's the account manager for our CRM and oil and gas product. So if you have any questions, if you want to take a deeper dive and find out more of the features of CRM or learn more about all the other things that we offer, feel free to reach out to Jean. There's her phone number and her email address. And that's it for me. So thanks so much for listening, and have a great day.